Hey, every once in a while you run into gear that doesn't just sound better, it makes you realize how much you've been settling without even noticing, and that's exactly what happened to me with the Audioengine HD6. You're the kind of listener who notices when sound feels thin or flat, when vocals don't have texture, when bass feels distant, and you feel when music should breathe instead of just playing. That's exactly who these speakers were designed for. Before you go any deeper, take a moment to check the current price and stock, because systems this capable don't stay steady once people catch on. There was a moment, a familiar track, a room that suddenly opened up, and this wave of clarity hit. Instruments had body, spaces between notes had space, and vocals finally sounded present. That's the point where you realize you've outgrown compromise gear. You stop shrugging at good enough and start wanting sound that actually spaces in the room instead of just projecting out of boxes. Once you make that jump, there's this calm confidence. You don't chase louder, you chase detail. You don't mess with EQ settings, you experience balance. Music feels layered instead of mashed together. Movies feel more articulate. Gaming feels richer and more immediate. Everyday listening becomes more engaging instead of background noise. If you're thinking about this upgrade, don't linger, because prices and availability can shift fast when performance like this gets noticed. You might wonder whether Bluetooth bookshelf speakers can really justify themselves. Maybe other wireless sets sounded muddy or hollow. But these don't just play sound, they reveal it. The 24-bit DAC and aptX HD don't exist for marketing, they exist so your tracks don't just reach your ears, they touch them. The lows have weight without boom. The mids have texture without congestion. The highs stay crisp without harshness. It's clarity that sticks with you instead of fading to background. And there's a certain pride that comes with owning something that actually performs the way you hoped it would. The real wood veneer doesn't just look intentional, it feels intentional. You don't just place these on your shelf, you show them off, because they belong in a space that's built around experience, not compromise. Every session feels like a small revelation instead of a task. Mids that feel present, bass with real weight, highs that stay clean, clarity that feels purposeful, presence you actually hear. The only downside? Once you've lived with this level of dimensional sound, anything flatter starts sounding noticeably less than it should. At some point, you stop spinning through specs and choose the upgrade your instincts already told you needed. Don't let this be the one you put off and regret later. Check the price, see what's available, and take that confident step forward, because once you hear what true sound feels like, you'll know exactly why it was worth it.